Right, Nearly Men listeners, before we get into the episode, we recorded this about a week back now, and we said on set, it's good because it's very evergreen content. And then Mo Salah decided to nuke Liverpool Football Club on it.
Cheers, Mo. It's almost like he's not a listener of the show. What the hell?
No, it's crazy. And all he's got is time now, so you'd think. No, I'm sorry, I'm joking. But we thought before we get into the episode with Niran, a really exciting one, really, really good one, we'd just address the Mo Salah comments. Because if we were listening, we would be thinking, how are they not talking about this?
Yeah, it's pretty relevant. We spoke about Mo Salah a lot and about his Liverpool legacy. I'd like to think that what Niran says and what we say doesn't change Mo Salah's Premier League legacy, or it's not changed because of Salah's comments. I think his comments are, in the moment, like, I get the premise, but just I don't like the fact that he's doing it now when Liverpool are doing so badly, like making it all about you, especially when like Van Dijk, Konate, Kirkez, Isak, Vert all getting cooked as well. Salah's not alone in this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I saw someone on social media saying it's such a good point. He's been out of the team a week. It's been like, I know it's been 3 games, but it's like a week of real time. And it's a little bit like, dude, you've played for Liverpool for 8 years. You've barely missed a game. You've been the main man and you deserve everything that you've got out of Liverpool. But can we just calm down? Like, we don't need to be doing press interviews afterwards. And obviously the beef with Jamie Carragher, which was fantastic television. And Ollie, you know more than anyone, Jamie Carragher commented on your TikTok of it.
He did. Thanks, Jamie. I'm Team Jamie now. I think it is great TV, and I think football's very sensitive innately. And I'm a big basketball fan, and they have beef like this in basketball every week. Like players, pundits, everyone is just constantly scrapping each other. I don't like the fact that people are suggesting that Carragher is like disparaging Salah's entire Liverpool career. Like if you watch the full clip, which obviously people won't do in the modern day of social media, he compliments Salah a lot, like a lot, and you can't take anything away from Salah. But I think that Carragher's comments were completely justified. To be honest, he probably went a little bit far when it came to like the Chelsea failure thing. But it's hard. I honestly think, as a neutral in that, it's hard to disagree with much of what Carragher said. To be honest,
I think the big thing that stands out for me, even though you can see the premise of both arguments, whether it's like Liverpool leaving Salah out, or all 3 arguments, Jamie Carragher's view and Mo Salah. But I do think Mo Salah's, the way he's come across in that interview is all about himself. It doesn't seem to be about Liverpool, and obviously posting the gym picture the next day. I think it's a bad look. I don't think it affects his legacy at all. Obviously, we can't ask Niran, who we've got on this episode, his opinion on it. But I think, from where I stand, it's a little bit of a shame because it does feel like we're probably not going to see Mo Salah play for Liverpool again now. I think with AFCON, I think he's going to be left out of the last game they've got this week, and then AFCON. Then who knows? Maybe Saudi come in with a big 50, 60 million pound offer him. They just shake hands and he's gone. That'd be a shame to end a legacy like Mo Salah's in that way.
I think Saudi will come in. Like he's such an icon in North Africa and in the Middle East that if the opportunity is there and they think Liverpool will accept a bid, I think they'll just throw everything at it. It's crazy to think. Like, I think at the time of recording with Niran, Salah would have played probably his last ever game for Liverpool, and we didn't even know that at the time. Because I think we recorded that pre-West Ham, and he's not played since. He didn't. I don't think he came on against West Ham. Did he come on against West Ham? I can't remember.
I think he definitely came off the bench against Sunderland. Did they play Sunderland?
Yeah,
West Ham no, Sunderland yes, and then Leeds no. I think something like that. Yeah,
it's mad to think that he would, at that point, if you told Niran Salah's never going to start a game for Liverpool ever again, he'd have been like, what?
Yeah. No, it is mental. It is mental. But mate, this episode's great. We won't run an intro for too long. We'll let everyone get into it and enjoy it. But final words on Mo Salah, mate. Do you think it's the last time we've ever seen him play for Liverpool?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you?
Yeah, I agree. Tough. I think with all the signings Liverpool have made, maybe it is time. Just you wouldn't want to see it happen in this way.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, well, let's get into the episode. Welcome back to the Nearly Men podcast. I am your host, John. I'm with Ollie, our other host. He's back from Australia. Are we clapping?
That's not just for my return. I like to clap at the start of every episode and people never join in. So thanks for joining in.
I've got you. Did you clap on the way back on the plane?
No, I didn't.
Seems like an inappropriate question.
I was in too bad a mood after being in the air for so long.
Okay, fine. So no, I didn't. we have a fantastic guest today. We have a new studio, but let's intro our guest first. It is the one and only Niran Yusufu, aka FTW.
Guys, come on, you got to clap the guest.
aka the flying orangutan.
Right, well, I'm out
aka. I
there,
don't think there's any other aliases.
You can't clap me and not the guest. That's just
Niran, mate. Liverpool fan, of course. Thanks for coming on. How are
no
you?
stress. Yeah, I'm good.
That's a lie.
I'm slightly hungover.
Yeah.
Slightly. This water is going to help. This Red Bull's going to help. But yeah, no, man. Recovering alcoholic and recovering hungover. Yeah, so we're out here. Good stuff.
Well, mate, it's great. We're getting to some fun Liverpool stuff. I was trying to think. Well, let's talk about the studio first, because our visual watchers, is that how you would describe someone who watches a podcast? A viewer. But they're a viewer if they're not a viewer if they don't listen.
A visual watcher is definitely a viewer.
That's what I get up to on the weekend. We've changed. This has all changed. It's very exciting. We were explaining to Niran before that a picture did fall off of the shelf above his head before he got here and nearly killed producer Jacob.
That isn't ideal.
But you're all right. We removed the picture. We cleaned it up.
That's why you test every single piece of this set.
Yeah.
Health and safety.
Just shake it all. Just shake every single part.
Just smash everything down.
It looks sick though, doesn't it?
No, it's really cool. And also there's a lot of space for us to add our own personal touches on here as lore is added to this pod. So
what's the one thing that you would add to this wall?
An FA Cup.
Yeah. The FA Cup. The FA Cup.
The FA Cup. I'll pull some strings with the FA.
Palace, if you're watching.
I think we've also got to get like a Leeds shirt, Red Bull sponsor on there.
Leeds.
That's the
maybe.
or Leipzig or
Leipzig. We'll go with Leipzig.
I was about to say Ellis has paid you there.
Yeah. He's not here anymore.
Yeah, sorry. Actually, we hate these. We don't hate these. No, it's cool. What would you add?
I think a picture of us.
Oh, that's
would be quite cute.
Than my answer.
Yeah. Or we could fill like a wall with guests. We could Polaroid up. No, that would look quite messy.
Like, you know, when have you ever seen cafes do that when they get like dogs in?
Yeah.
We'll do that with our guests.
Just do that with dogs as well. Still just dogs.
I love it. Well, Niran, mate, I was going to think, I said the same thing with Ellis, like, how do we know each other? But I remember how we know each other, and it's to do with FTW days. Well, it's career mode days. You were a YouTuber, I was a YouTuber.
Yes,
I don't know what the original story is.
It's got to be when you were still doing pro club stuff, like early doors, though. Because we did played pro clubs together.
Yeah,
like,
but before that, you were career mode.
I was doing FIFA career mode,
and that's when I knew you.
God forbid.
And then you did FTW, and it just started to blow up.
Yeah, man. I kind of like, I realised at a certain point about 6 years ago, damn, I fucking hate FIFA, man. Am I allowed to swear on this podcast?
Yeah.
Get in, man. Yeah, I hate FIFA, man. I kind of realised I just want to talk about real life football instead. So just kind of had to try and make the pivot.
So for those who don't know, FTW's series where it's weekly, right?
Yeah.
And you talk football, everything that's happened in the week, and it's I guess a fun comedy spin on the events of football.
It's kind of like when I first, I'll be honest, when I first like came up with it, I was like, okay, it's basically like a combination of Will and Ease this week on the internet sort of vibe, and Soccer AM. So segments, but also like just kind of chat shit and just try and be funny about stuff that's happening in football.
Yeah.
So it's often like this thing, obviously the big stories of like the Prem or the Champions League or whatever, but then also here's the greatest goal we've ever seen from like a Zambian second division. And I just got sent on Twitter and I'm like, yeah, there you go. It's amazing. So yeah, it's that sort of thing. Basically.
Mate, the thing I love about it is you've never increased, like the way the edits are done, if you've not seen it, is sometimes you would just use like a clip art image of somebody and then you'll voice over the clip art of that's like the Zambian manager because you can't remember to find it and stuff like that. It's just
stock images.
So good.
Are
stock
my best
images.
Mate. Yeah, it's crazy.
Your PC is full of stock images.
Very, very questionable stock images that everyone would be like, why the hell do you have this like random?
That's a very like affordable brand to build. You know what I mean? If you're relying on stock images, you don't pay to get images.
Yeah.
But it's mad that series because that blew you up. Really, I remember you maybe 60, 70,000 subscribers before that.
It was a combination. It was that and like there was this kid who was amazing at modding FIFA. And he would just like make the players like 100 feet tall, or the ball was like a piano or something instead, and it was crazy. So I just used to make videos on that, and they banged as well. So it's that at the same time.
It's mad. I feel like my aunt like here, but it's like that has got you to places that people who are listening would never believe. Like you now work with Quadrant, Lando Norris, and all these amazing opportunities.
People watching like what he made a video about some really tall footballers. Like.
No, you're Lando Norris's best mate.
Yeah, stupid, mate. Stupid stuff.
Well, mate, we always kick off our podcast with the same question. And you're a Liverpool fan, by the way, to our viewers who don't know that.
Before that.
Go on.
Producer Jacob is wearing a Liverpool shirt.
Oh, this needs to be addressed.
And he's not a Liverpool fan.
Oh, wait, what?
It's a disgrace.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
He's a Norwich fan.
Right.
A team that Liverpool have repeatedly battered.
Slapped.
Like a notorious little, not a rivalry is the wrong word.
No, it's just one-sided. It's just
John Ruddy still has nightmares about
Yeah.
Luis Suarez.
What's our thoughts on that?
I'm disgusted by it. It's the first thing I said when I walked in. I looked at you. You could. I don't know if you can get on.
You probably won't be
Probably won't be able to get into focus.
We can get a picture of you or something up and
Yeah, we'll put a picture up. It's a nice
the
shirt.
Reebok. It's a nice Reebok Liverpool. I reckon like 2001 number. Maybe slightly earlier.
I think it's late 90s.
Yeah.
Like right at the end of the 90s.
Yeah,
literally.
it's a nice shirt. Don't get me wrong. But wearing the shirt of another English team, I'm actually gonna go out here and say that I don't mind doing that necessarily. I wouldn't do a Liverpool one as a Norwich fan because they have repeatedly battered us.
Yeah.
If I was
That's
a fan,
crazy.
obviously.
That is insane.
But I'm not anti it. I'm not anti it as a concept.
You'd wear an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, no, I support them. That's why.
That
That was a joke. No, I would wear another. If it was socially acceptable, I would wear another Premier League team shirt.
But it isn't socially
But I think it's
acceptable.
not. But like, why not?
There's a lot of kits that I see where I'm like, oh my god, that is so nice.
Yeah.
I want to wear it. If you just removed the whole badge element of it completely, that's just a nice kit, but you can't.
Would you wear the Fulham green shirt? You seen that this year?
No, I wouldn't wear that.
Do you not like it?
No.
With the old badge?
Yeah.
I quite like that. I think that's quite a nice
That's
kit.
nice.
My favourite one this year is Chelsea's T90 black one.
I do like that.
So nice.
It's annoying that I like
my
that.
God, it's so
that is
nice.
good.
You can't wear a Chelsea shirt.
No, I know. I can't.
I think there's certain things like you're a Londoner. If you support Crystal Palace, you can't wear another London club.
Yeah,
I
mean,
can see you wearing like
What, even like Dagenham and Redbridge?
not to go off on another tangent, but I also don't think London derbies are a thing.
no, but
I
you
don't
just
believe in
can't.
them.
You can't be walking around London, all jokes aside, in an Arsenal kit when you're a Crystal Palace
No,
fan.
I can't. That's true. I
Or a
can't.
Chelsea kit. It'd just
Wait,
be weird.
So, do you mean all London derbies, or obviously like regional ones?
So
like
North London derby,
fine?
yeah, fine. South London derby, West London derby,
Cool.
but like
Fulham v Arsenal. doesn't
no,
matter.
No, it's
and
not
then-
a
and when
London
else
derby.
guys,
no one cares.
when else guys
Back.
sports they go, oh, it's
London
a
derby.
London derby. What Palace Brentford? I literally couldn't care less about this game.
Stevenage versus Arsenal. Like, guys, come
Oh
on,
my
man.
God,
Yeah. So are we all in agreement that Jacob has to do the rest of this show topless?
Yeah, yes, come on. Life hack.
So
Sorry.
it's like for different reasons.
You actually approve of the shirt, but just do it anyway. Sorry, I interrupted you. The first
No,
bit
that
of
was a
the
great
pod.
tangent. It's something that needed to be addressed. But Niran, I was going to ask you, what is one game you've been to that ultimately went nothing? I always say this question wrong, and I don't know why. One game you've seen, witnessed, been to, it could be on the telly, that ultimately meant nothing.
Okay, so the one that actually is mine, but I think the most egregious, I'll do two answers. So my actual one, and I think the most egregious one.
Right.
My one is when we beat Man City in the season under Brendan Rodgers, and then went on to have the Gerrard slip immediately after.
Oh,
Because that
More to
result
come
against...
on that
We'll
in
get
the-
onto
the
that.
pod, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure we will. Yeah. Because that game was like so... That felt like that was it. That was... We'd done
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, not completely, but as in like, that was... You know when you're like reading signs almost, like it's your year. That was the one where it's like Jordan Henderson just slaps one top bins for no reason. Like of all people, Jordan Henderson, like that Jordan Henderson as well. That was like pre sort of, you know, kind of winning everything obviously at Liverpool, Jordan Henderson. And to end up then obviously having the Chelsea game after, which then kind of technically wasn't even the one where it was all lost. It was obviously then Palace after Dwight Gale.
So did you draw to Chelsea?
We lost to Chelsea.
You lost to Chelsea and then the Palace.
Yeah, and then
draw.
we drew to Palace, which completely took it out of our hands as well. So
You might remember that one.
Oh, well, we'll definitely
get
talk about
onto
that in a bit.
Livakovic as well. Or
No, it's Damien Delaney.
Damien Delaney. I don't know
Massive
why I thought-
deflection.
Yeah.
Just, mate, what a night. Anyway,
We'll get
no
onto it.
spoilers.
You said you mentioned you had another answer.
Oh, I think the worst one possible is Spurs v Ajax. Because of the nature of that, and then losing the Champions League final after. Like,
Yeah.
that is, if I was a Spurs fan, that would haunt me. To
That's
go
a good
through
answer,
all
yeah.
of that effort to have like one of the craziest comebacks in your club's history and then just lose 2-0 in the final.
Also, like the nature of that final, how
Exactly,
bad
yeah.
it was.
It was
like the
terrible.
handball, was it Sissoko?
Yeah, because it was
just,
very
like,
questionable.
So
It was
early.
Sissoko, like under his armpit,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
2.5 minutes in max.
That was such an anticlimax because that Champions League season had been unreal.
Yeah.
Like Liverpool had beaten Barca.
Yeah.
Spurs had beaten City and Ajax. There'd been so many good ties.
Had Ajax beaten Real Madrid as well.
They'd have smashed Real Madrid.
Free kick
Yeah.
or something. Yeah,
If you want to hear more about Ajax's 2018-19 Champions League run, please listen to the episode we did a few weeks ago about it.
it's
Good plug.
unreal.
That is a good
It
plug.
was a great episode. But yeah, it was sick. And then the final was like, it was a terrible game.
I know
Dross.
Liverpool.
For a neutral dross.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
Yeah,
poor.
well, I know Liverpool had a mad, like, because they beat Barcelona in the same, if not better, style.
yeah.
But if you're a Spurs
fan,
fan,
as well,
but if you're a
yeah.
Spurs fan, you've got to be like seeing that Ajax game and going, "Oh, it's our year."
Yeah,
it's our year. It
yeah,
has to be our year.
That's what I mean.
And then it's just.
But then
such
the penalty in the first minute is just the most Spurs thing ever, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
it
like-
really
And then
is.
they changed the handball rules after that. That's which is also the most Spurs thing ever.
Yeah, yeah, straight off. Literally, I think it was like extra time in the 90th minute
Yeah,
to
they
change
were
the
like,
rules.
yeah, get it done.
yeah, get out of
But let's talk about Liverpool.
Do we have to, mate?
Unfortunately, we do.
Should we call it a day?
You are the first
Honestly, mate.
You beat West Ham. You just beat. Come on, we're on
you're
the up.
first there,
I was
Why,
there. Yeah.
in the away end.
No, I was in enemy territory.
Really?
Unfortunately, I was with a West Ham fan.
I was there.
Were you?
Yeah,
Mad.
but I was working. I didn't see you.
Oh, fair.
We were interviewing fans all day, so
Oh, gas.
don't know where you were hiding.
Oh,
I saw that
yeah.
actually. It was like, hey, what's your message to Arne
Oh
Slot?
yeah, you were. Actually. I
Yeah,
saw
Liverpool
that,
fans were loving it. One of them said my haircut was half finished.
Sound.
He's like, "See you, lad. Your haircut's half finished."
So that's quite a good accent.
Thanks,
Oh,
mate.
Is that why you've got a
Thanks,
hat on
guys.
today?
Yeah.
Getting
Getting the rest done tomorrow.
But I think you can split Liverpool's time in the Premier League broadly into like not winning it and winning it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Broadly.
Yeah. Pain, not pain. Like, and there's still a little bit of pain.
Yeah.
overall.
But like the Klopp years really transformed Liverpool from like they were a nearly team in the Premier League. They were a nearly team,
Yeah.
which is mad to think of a club of Liverpool's size. What's your like first sentient memories of Liverpool? Like, what's the first kind of season you can remember getting into?
See, it's weird because my first like actual. So I have a shirt from like I think it's the 02-03 season. It's an away white kit, and it has Michael Owen on the back of all people. Good choice. That's one of the reasons why I became a Liverpool fan as well was because of Michael Owen.
Understandable at the time. though.
Aged, but yeah, at the time, unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I know that's the season that I got into it, but my first actual memory was the Luis Garcia ghost goal against Chelsea in the Champions League semi-final.
Love Luis Garcia, man.
Yeah, baller.
Honestly, I love Luis Garcia. As
When you
well.
have a name like that, it just
Yeah,
immediately
yeah.
makes you 5 times better at football.
Yeah, exactly. Luis Garcia, that whole team, like John Arne Slot as well, is like one of my favourite players of all time, just because he could leather the ball really hard, off the crossbar.
then
Jimmy Traore, ballers.
That clearance off the line in the Champions League final. So do you
yeah.
remember the AC Milan?
Yes,
2005
yeah. I
final?
cried at half time and at full time for different reasons.
Different tears.
Yeah, slightly different tears.
That's a real baptism of fire into football fandom.
Yeah, it was.
You
yeah.
arguably peaked.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah, legit. Like the second game of my conscious memory was my peak. Literally. Yeah.
I think obviously we could go into loads of detail about a variety of Liverpool seasons, but two teams that always come up as people's favourite nearly teams are 2008-9, so the Torres Benitez year where you lost late to United in the season, and then 13-14 Cristambul. Sorry, I don't want to rub it in. What are your memories of let's start with 08-09. So that's like what people might view as prime Torres.
Yeah.
Gerrard playing just behind him. You got Xabi Alonso, Mascherano.
Mascherano.
Talk to me about that team.
See, my memory of that season is obviously not as good. I was still kind of young, but like Fernando Torres, that you just knew it was over at a certain points. Like the gloves, long sleeves, total 90s, long game over. It's a wrap. But I that was like I think that's one of my favourite like overall teams that we've had. It's just a shame because I think it was another situation of Sir Alex Ferguson just getting into the minds of his opponents. And I think that's why he's one of the best managers of all time, because he literally just slide tackled Rafa Benitez into that rant. He didn't need to do it. You've already seen this happen. We've done this before. You don't need to. So and then
What is it? What's it he says again? He says like, what does Rafa say in that?
I can't remember off
He's
the top of my
like
head.
talking about facts, isn't he?
Yes,
He's like,
yeah,
"We're talking about facts,
yeah.
Things that happen every single week.
That's a good Rafa.
Yeah. Don't worry about it, mate. That team obviously led by Steven Gerrard.
Yep. Yeah.
One of the biggest nearly man
high profile nearly man,
in Prem history.
Is it fair to call Steven Gerrard a nearly man?
You see, that's the thing though, because he like Champions League final and was instrumental in that. Obviously, FA
Yeah.
Cup final against West Ham as well. It's like,
But Premier League nearly, man, maybe. I mean, he has.
yeah,
is
well,
he?
he obviously is because he didn't win it, you know, and
He's
came
in- but
close a few times.
he's in
so.
most people's. I feel like he's in most people's all-time 11, or a lot of people's all-time 11, despite never winning it.
Yeah,
And he's the only player that's going to get anywhere near that conversation.
I would say probably, yeah.
Can Gerrard be Liverpool's all-time greatest Premier League player if he never won the Prem?
See, I'm a massive believer, yeah, and obviously, okay, if you win stuff, obviously, and you're instrumental in winning things, then cool. But if the rest of the team around, like, he can't help the rest of the team around him. There are a few of the teams that he's been involved in where, like, obviously we'll talk about, I'm sure, the Brendan Rodgers team as well. Bro, the defence on that team, what are we doing?
Well, respect Mamadou Sakho, mate.
No, I don't respect
him,
Mamadou
mate. I
Sakho,
loved
dude.
Mamadou Sakho.
He was funny, man. He was like, watching him was like, it's literally Bambi on Ice was made about him. Like, his limb was all over the place. That can't necessarily be helped. And I feel bad for him because his legacy ultimately in the Premier League is that he came so close, didn't win the Premier League. That is his legacy, really. But I think it's harsh on him because the rest of the team just wasn't really there. I think the only argument you could make for that was 08-09. I think our team was good enough that season. Again, defensively, it was still kind of like a bit out.
What was it? Carragher,
Carragher. Like Agger, I love Danny Agger for the same reason as John Arne. But as a centre back, he's not going to go down in best 11s of any decade. You know what I mean?
If Gerrard, do you think a Premier League title changes Gerrard's legacy?
Massively. I think it's a completely different conversation as to how like neutral fans talk about Steven Gerrard if we just won under Brendan Rodgers, for example.
Do you view Gerrard as like a
Honestly,
bottler?
No, not at
To
all.
be clear, I don't think that he's a bottler.
Yeah, but it's a comment. People talk about it. People
I
say
think that's
that
a different
lot,
conversation because I don't view him as a bottler, but I think can you have him in an all-time Premier League team with some of the players like who have won the Premier League 7, 8, 9 times in that position? You're like, it's tough to argue it, but no,
rough though,
absolutely not a bot. He's not a botter.
No.
He can't be a botter. Look what he did in Istanbul. That
Yeah,
alone,
yeah.
if he
True.
did that and retired, he's not a bottler.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
legit.
Let
Yeah,
alone
yeah,
all
yeah,
the times he
yeah.
carried Liverpool for years after that, like you said, in terrible teams.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't think he's a bottler. Obviously, the premise of the pod, winning is not all that matters
There you go.
in life. And like I think Liverpool, that era of Liverpool is quite a good example of that. Of like they captured a lot of people's imaginations. They have some of the best Prem players ever. Suarez, Gerrard, even like Xabi Alonso. I'm not saying he's Torres. I'm not saying they're like
Steve
best.
Finnan. These are
Yes.
serious
I actually
guys.
had
Legend.
Steve Finnan played for Fulham, didn't he?
Yeah,
I had a
yeah.
conversation about Steve
Did
Finnan
ya?
today.
Yeah.
So,
Owen, your all-time.
Who do you think's better, Steve Finnan or Daniel Munoz?
Well, I'd go Finnan. When you said Munoz to me, you said you built your Palace Fulham all-time 11, and you said Munoz.
Munoz was right back,
Gone
yeah.
early with that.
Really?
Gone early. Was he had 1 season, 2?
He was our player of the season. Players and fans player of the season. Assist in the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
yeah, wing back that is impressive to be fair.
Yeah, fair.
That's my guy. And has anyone ever debated Steve Finnan versus Daniel Munoz?
No,
before
we are-
today?
No,
Yeah,
probably
you're
not.
the
No, I don't
first
think those
ever.
words have ever
I
actually
know.
been said.
We're breaking new ground right now.
Yeah.
I think, Liverpool 09 have come up a few times, but 13-14 is
That's the heartbreaking.
that's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one.
In that, in that fashion. That's the one.
Brendan Rodgers, what could have been?
Tell you what, Brendan Rodgers, that changes his legacy.
Yeah,
Because
Christ,
he's
it does.
at the time,
yeah.
like nowadays, when we were having a bad run as a Fulham fan, we were linked to Brendan Rodgers. There was another team down there linked to Brendan Rodgers.
Palace linked him the whole time.
Someone, these teams that were around the bottom of the Premier League at the moment, and if he had won that title, I feel like potentially he wouldn't be in these conversations now. I don't know. He'd be a Liverpool legend, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would be. Yeah, 'cause if in first title in the
First
Premier League
title,
era.
yeah.
Even if because obviously it completely fell apart after that. Anyway, I remember what was his final game, the 6-1 loss against Stoke at the end of the season after.
Oh, Steven Gerrard's last game.
Oh,
wasn't
Steven
it?
Gerrard's
Steven
last
Gerrard's
game.
last
Rodgers,
game.
I can't even remember. It's all a blur.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you get
and then-
halfway. Oh yeah, because there was the Sky Sports moment where Thierry Henry.
The-
Oh,
Thierry
yes,
Henry and
yeah,
Carragher,
yeah.
It was
yeah,
live,
yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah. How did he make it halfway through the next season? That's mental. Can't lose 6-1 to
Well, I was
Stoke
gonna
and then
say, how
carry
the
on.
definition of credit in the bank.
Yeah.
Literally.
You might have answered it with that little reaction there, but how do you view Brendan Rodgers as a Liverpool fan?
I'm not going to say overhate it because I don't think he's particularly a manager that people like clown on like massively. But even like Leicester, when Leicester and did pretty well. Did he win the FA
Win
Cup?
the
with
FA
Leicester?
Cup.
Won the
Yeah.
FA Cup. He got them.
Huge.
I mean, they bottled top four a couple of times. We are talking about Leicester.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Like,
compared to like it was us overtaking them as well. Like
Yeah.
on the final day,
But they were
the
quite
final time.
comfortable in that top four, from my memory, and then they
Yeah.
sort of fell out of the last.
Mate, they were in
two
like
years
they
in a
were
row.
in like a title race at one point
Yeah,
in
yeah,
like
yeah.
2019. I remember they beat us at Palace, and I think that put them second in like December.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
They had a decent team at the time, but it wasn't a title-winning
No,
team.
no.
It wasn't even really a team that should be like guaranteed getting
Yeah.
top four. Like,
And he
did a
did well
good
with
job.
Swansea
like,
as well.
Obviously, that's a massive overachievement for Leicester. What Brendan Rodgers did there, I think we can say that, right? Winning
Yeah.
an FA Cup
Yeah,
and
yeah,
competing
yeah.
for top four. Would you say it's fair to say Brendan Rodgers overachieved at Liverpool with some of the players that we've clowned already? And he said he's
I think it's that's tough, man. I wouldn't say he overachieved. I think we just had a season of good feelings, good vibes. We were just scoring more than everyone else. Like I think we played Cardiff that season. We won 6-3 or something. It's like cool, we scored 6, but how are we conceding 3 to Cardiff?
Yeah.
Like,
It's that
I think it was red kit Cardiff as well. It's not even Neil Warnock won as well. I was like, oh god. So I think over the balance of the season, I think if you'd looked at our team, you would have gone, obviously, yeah, cool, SAS, incredible. Even our midfield was solid, but like our defense was always going to let us down. That's what happened. I wouldn't say he overperformed or underperformed. I'm not going to lie. I think it's just the nature of the fact that we lost that title. The
Yeah.
nature of the way, we lost that title.
It was such a fun team, regardless
Yeah.
of whether it was just, like you said, SAS carrying it, or was it Brendan Rodgers' tactics. I don't know. I'm not qualified to say, but it's a fun team. When you
Yeah.
remember that team, it's a lot of people's nearly man team on
Chaos.
this pod. It's
Yeah,
chaos.
yeah,
It's
yes.
6-3s.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
goals from Suarez against Norwich. From,
Remember
from the halfway line.
That Norwich fans were so impressed by, they started buying
They
Liverpool
bought
shirts.
Liverpool shirts. It was sold out.
They're good at football. Yeah.
Who was your favourite in that 13-14 team?
There's only a couple you can go with, surely.
See, it just was Suarez at the time. Problematic. So maybe. It just was at the time. What year was I in? 13, 14? I think I was probably like in like year... Actually, I was in like year 10. Fuck. I should have known better. But yeah, it was-
I had enough of a moral compass.
yeah. Racism, bad. Yeah, but that was still Luis Suarez. Yeah, it was probably him. I loved Sturridge as well. I think Sturridge is one of the most underrated technical footballers that the Prem's seen. Legit.
Yeah, I completely
fucking
agree with
love
that.
him.
Yeah.
Injuries, because even before he'd arrived at us, like injuries had kind of clamped him a little bit, and then he kind of got a little bit of a run together, and obviously during SAS, and then obviously after that completely fell apart. But man, watching him play was incredible. Like if you watch a Daniel Sturridge goals compilation of his entire
it's
career,
special.
it is cinema.
Yeah.
It's so good. People talk about Giroud all the time, fair enough, but Sturridge's is amazing as well.
Do you think it's nice in a way? I don't know if this is even relevant, but I feel like I saw he won the Champions League, didn't he? Like he was part
Yes.
of the squad.
Yes, technically.
Do you think
yeah.
there's any part of? I guess it's two questions. Like you as a Liverpool fan, but also for him, like, is it nice that he won that, or do you think he just doesn't? Can you count that if you're never really playing?
Yeah, I think
He
for
deserved
him,
that for what he contributed. He deserved a
Yeah.
big trophy for Liverpool.
I think it's like a career. It's almost like a. It's not. He should. I hope he doesn't think of it as like, oh, I didn't contribute to that season. I hope he thinks of, I contributed to this club and now where it is.
Do you know what I mean? Like in 40 years' time, you might look back and go, Daniel Sturridge, and you might see those goals, but obviously then you see that he won that Champions League. It might age well. You might go,
Yeah.
he was unreal. He
'Cause,
deserved
mate,
that. But
without that Brendan Rodgers era, like in between Benitez and Klopp, fucking hell.
yeah.
Oh, God, some of the players, they're not even nearly men. They're not. They were never even close.
They were just men.
They were just men. Kyriakos was just a man. Do you know what I mean? Jovanovic,
I've just-
a man.
I've just realised we are all three have been managed by Roy Hodgson.
Wow.
We have.
We
Let's
should-
ra-
Did he go well for any
Let's
of us?
rank Roy
was good
Hodgson's
for-
time
Yeah,
at each
yeah.
club. Probably number one for
Oh
you.
yeah, I think he.
Europa League final.
Are we doing
Oh,
in
yeah,
terms
yeah,
of 1,
true,
2,
actually,
3?
yeah.
Oh, 1 for
One,
us.
two.
Oh,
Easily
oh,
one.
yeah, Europa
easily
League final.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, he again, we'll talk about Arne Slot in a bit, but I saw some pretty worrying statistical comparisons between Roy Hodgson's Liverpool and Arne Slot's
God.
Liverpool this season.
The fact we're even saying those words in the same sentence is really good.
I love that clip of Gerrard missing the pen away at Blackburn,
He just
where it's
looks
like,
over.
oh, fuck that. It's over the bar.
That is an iconic video, man. Fuck that.
Cristambul, the game. So that
For God's sake.
I think I'm right in saying, right,
Istanbul.
Right, I'm dipping.
Liverpool
See you
Chelsea.
later.
Liverpool Chelsea, you lose that game and the title is basically in City's hands. But if you came to Palace and like battered us like 7-0, it's back in your hands. I think I'm right in saying that.
Something along the lines of that. Yeah, because the Palace game was the one where it was like after that it's done, like actually done.
I really wanted Liverpool to win the league that year, and it was a nothing game for Palace. I wanted Liverpool to beat Palace that night. There, I said it.
That's a mental statement. You wanted your football team to lose. Who am I working with here? You want Liverpool to win. You want Liverpool to win.
I also do.
You want Liverpool to win.
Because we especially at 3-0 down. I was like, right, the game's over. Like, I just, as a football fan, I just want Liverpool to go and score loads of goals now, so the title race is back on. Basically, because the game
you wanted your team to get peppered 8-0.
Yeah, pretty much. When you're 3-0 down, it's because
might as well.
I'll tell you what, because we were mathematically safe that game, so it was a completely meaningless game for us. And like a few weeks beforehand, I'd been to Everton away, we'd beaten Everton away, then we'd beaten West Ham away. That got us to 40 points for Everton, and then survival for West Ham. So I was like, class. Could just enjoy the last few games of the season now. So I was not emotionally invested at all in that game.
But surely,
as a fan.
Surely there's now, as you're older, surely there's a part of you that goes, like, in a way, it's funny to be able to sit here and banter and be like, you've just Chris Istanbul. Like, you've got that forever.
Ultimately,
that's better than we lost 8-0.
To be clear, I'm not.
You just did it. For
the
sake
of
it.
He's just mocking it.
To be clear, I'm not sat here being like, fuck, I can't believe Palace drew 3-3.
That's what it sounds
Liverpool
like.
part of the league, bro. I'm like, it's the best. It's the best outcome. I've never been in a stadium where it's been so inevitable we were going to equalise. When we got the first two, we scored 2 in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It was Dwight Gale.
Damien Delaney gets the third. Dwight Gale. Yeah, like we score, Liverpool get the ball back, win a corner, and then we counter from that corner and score again. Yeah. And then it was just like we're 100%, because just like the vibe in the stadium was so good, the atmosphere was insane, and it was just like
our squad was like so again carnage. Like there was no part of us that was like going to systematically try and close this game off. But that's what it was just going to continue to be chaos, and we were going to continue to concede. So.
But that's where I'm still shocked from Ollie's, because I feel like I've been in a similar position as Fulham fan. You got nothing to play for, but Liverpool are like most successful team in England, maybe the second at that point. Surely there's got to be a part of you that's like, we don't want these lot to like even have a sniff. No, like, it's good to stop those runs.
I would never ever feel that way about any game now.
Right.
So, for example, Arsenal are playing Palace on the last game of the season at Selhurst Park.
Here we go.
If Arsenal are in the title race, I want Palace to win that game.
Right. For context, Niran, he's always beaten with Arsenal
Always
stick.
A closet Arsenal
Everybody
fan.
says he's an Arsenal fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay. You can accept it.
I'm not an Arsenal fan.
You'd still be a nearly man.
yeah, true. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. I'd just be more of a nearly man. Palace won the FA Cup last year. Did I mention the Palace won the FA Cup last season?
Only 3 times today.
Maybe that's a young, naive Ollie, but
no, I get it.
I was such a closet Liverpool fan. I was such a closet Liverpool fan when I was younger, and that's why when people last season said I hated Liverpool, I was like, quite the opposite.
Yeah,
I used to fucking love Liverpool.
I think when you're a kid, you love the storylines as well, don't you?
Yeah. Like, it was such a storyline.
It's all whimsical, isn't it? You just go like, I don't like
with
this
United. What storyline is there with United?
I just grew up loving.
Oh God, I really hope we win our 3rd Prem in a row.
No, what
a story it'll be.
No, I just grew up loving Beckham and then Ronaldo. And so when you're a kid, I just had their shirts for Christmas and stuff. So I just used to love. So I had that, what you had for Liverpool United.
Ultimately, it's just being a kid. It's just I had a Lewis Garcia poster in my room.
My nephew had a Haaland shirt on a couple of years ago, and I went straight and bought him Fulham kits.
Yeah,
I bought him like 3
You've
Fulham
ruined
kits.
his life.
I was like, stop it. It's child abuse.
What's the age limit for growing out of this stuff? Because when we drew with Liverpool, I was like 14.
No, you should have been out of it by then. You should have wanted Palace to win, I think. Although,
I want to say that's about
maybe it's just
like
on
12 to 14. I reckon is probably the time at which you got to lock in.
I will say, like in the years before that, I'd like sobbed at Palace games and stuff. Like I was invested.
Yeah, it surprises me because you were a season ticket holder.
Yeah, I was a season ticket holder that season. Yeah,
and you were like going all the time with your dad, who's a Palace fan.
Yeah, I went to probably 20, 22, 23 games that season.
Yeah, it doesn't add up to me. I can't see how you wanted Liverpool.
It's because in my head the season was over. For us,
I think that's the one saving grace. It's not like it was like game week 12.
It wasn't the FA Cup final.
They won that as well, by the way.
Yeah, which we actually beat Man City.
4, by the way, if anyone's counting 4.
Sorry, we've digressed massively, but maybe should I have admitted on a podcast I want Liverpool to win that? Well, it's out there now.
It's there,
and it's true. It is true. I did.
Mate, you can only be true to yourself. You know, I respect it.
What do you think would be different at Liverpool if they'd won the league that year? Rodgers' face would be on that flag that Arne Slot's face is now on.
Yeah, I'm going to be so unbelievably honest. I think in the moment it would have changed everything. As in, like, because it had been such a long wait, we'd obviously not won in the Premier League era. I think it would have... I think the only thing it changes is the legacy of players. I don't think it really changes... And obviously Brendan Rodgers. I think we would have carried on. I think we would have had the same trajectory because... Maybe the only thing it would have changed is maybe a couple players don't leave. I don't know whether Raheem Sterling would have necessarily left if we won the league.
That's a good shout.
Luis Suarez was just biting people, so we just had to get him out of there anyway. I don't think that would have mattered.
I think Suarez would have left either way because he almost would
Suarez
have seen
would
it
have
as like he's done his job. Off the bar.
Yeah. I think he would have left regardless. Maybe Raheem Sterling is like the only one that would have changed, and then you've got a few like. Again, Steven Gerrard now has the legacy of he's actually won the Premier League. You know, there's no asterisk next to him in terms of his legacy as a footballer. But I think we still would have ended up on a bit of a downwards trajectory because our recruitment was just so horrible after that.
Yeah.
From that exact moment, our recruitment was absolutely awful.
I think we've got... Can we pull up the Liverpool transfer window 2014, 15?
Yeah,
I'll get on my phone.
Pull it up.
Because Christ on a bike.
Lazar Markovic, Alberto Moreno,
So this-
Fabio Barini, Ricky Lambert, Adam Lallana. I can just reel them off.
Well, Adam
Lallana.
Lallana was class.
We'll allow
Respect,
Lallana.
respect
Lallana.
Adam Lallana.
Sorry, that was just the next name that came into my head after Lambert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
no,
not
no,
having Adam
I just
Lallana
started
slide
doing
on this
linkages in my
podcast.
head.
That's my guy right there. Right, yeah, I've got it.
So this is for context. This is the year after.
This is the exact year after, yeah?
Yeah, so
So Suarez is gone.
Suarez is gone.
Do the outgoings and then do the outgoings.
Do outgoings first, actually, yeah.
So departures: Luis Suarez, 81 million euros.
Yeah.
Asaidi went to Al Ahly.
Fuck's sake.
Where
man.
were you when that was announced?
that was on my bedroom floor is where I was, mate, in agony, fuming.
Daniel Agger, Pepe Reina. We're talking some club legends.
Yeah,
Martin
big
Kelly
names.
went to Palace.
That season,
He joined.
Kelly,
He
I
left.
thought he was our player for ages.
No, he joined us in 2014. Got signed by Tony Pulis, who then resigned 2 days later.
Sound.
Suso, Jack Robinson, Iago
Suso,
Aspas. Christ, remember him?
He
Luis
was awful for us,
Alberto.
but there's actually some really good young players there. Suso or Luis Alberto went on to have like actual cool careers.
And
So-
those three like big names: Agger, Reina, and Suarez.
Reyna's like a big one, I think, as
Yeah.
well. There, because we our goalkeeping options after that were fucking Mignolet,
Yeah, not
Yeah.
great. So
poor.
you've just come. Well, I think you came third. Did you come third that year? Possibly.
Honestly,
You've just
mate, I've rubbed it out of my mind.
you've just-
genuinely.
you've just narrowed-
Next question.
That season is like
Yeah.
so. I obviously know the things that I'm emotional to, but I've never revisited it.
yeah.
ever.
I respect that.
I'd be the same.
So Liverpool have just missed out on the title. Young you and young me are devastated by that. Clearly,
Nice.
what are we going to do about this and how are we going to fix it? You're going to sign Adam Lallana. He's the big name transfer.
Yeah, fine.
Don't mind it.
Don't mind it.
I don't hate
it.
that.
I don't hate it.
Dejan Lovren to fix that leaky defence.
At the time, was it a good signing though?
No.
No, was he not good at?
He was all right at Southampton. I don't think he was ever that great. It's not like Van Dijk at
Yeah,
Southampton.
you
know?
landed on the right Southampton centre back eventually.
Yeah,
just,
well,
just
Joey
roundabout
getting
way,
in one.
went
That's
around
about
houses.
16% of Southampton's entire squad ever.
Lazar Markovic, possibly the worst of the three so far.
Almost scored one of the greatest goals you've ever seen in your life, though. Mental volley for no reason,
Where?
from like 35 yards out. He was in like the yellow kit. Yellow and red kit, volleyed it, left foot, hit the crossbar. Only thing he ever did for us.
I love
Only
that
thing
that's
he
in your
ever
memory.
did.
I love
Nearly
it.
bad.
Terrible after that.
Then you've got Balotelli, 20
Mental.
mil.
That was a mental signing.
20 mil for
But,
Balotelli.
Balotelli to replace Luis Suarez. What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Crazy.
like, what profile are we trying to match there?
You actually signed 3 strikers that summer. You signed Balotelli, you
Yeah.
signed Ricky Lambert,
Yeah.
and you signed Divock Origi, which
Yes.
did age well eventually.
Yeah.
The Origi
Yeah.
one.
He was young then. We signed him like,
Yeah,
he was 18.
he was
I'm pretty
19.
sure. Yeah, fair.
Alberto Moreno was someone
Oh.
else you signed, and also Javi Manquillo.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
So Rigi and Lallana are the only two. I'd say.
Oh, Emre Can
acceptable.
as well.
Emre Can.
He's all right, yeah.
Emre Can, all right.
All
Who's
right,
the
yeah.
best of them? Probably Origi.
It's
He costs
Origi
10
for
mil.
legacy.
for that moment.
Yeah.
It is Origi.
Two.
I think for like overall, for overall impact, it's obviously Origi. I did like Lallana as well. I really wanted to love Alberto Moreno. He gave me not power of strike, but he kind of gave me John Arne vibes. when he first joined, in terms of like just marauding forwards, just like, what are you even doing? But he's kind of got a bit of end product, and it just fell
I don't
want to
say it, but Kirk is.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
You got John Honor Easter, but I think you got Kirk.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Now you've got Kirk.
Yeah, now we've actually got Kirk. Oh, Alberto Kirk.
That is not a good transfer window.
That is horror.
That's not how you
even
build.
worse than I remembered it.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Manquillo as well at the end.
There's like one hit in there probably, and he was only hit because of something that happened 5 years later.
Yeah. In the immediate short term,
it's terrible.
There's no hit. Lallana probably. Lallana was good when he first joined.
So after that, Rodgers goes, and then Jurgen Klopp comes in.
Yeah.
Should we take a little break, and then we can delve into the Jurgen Klopp years where things started to go right?
Right, welcome back. We've not actually been anywhere. We've just been continuing to chat, complete waffle. I was actually saying there's a lot of Liverpool players that I feel have played for Palace. So in my head, Alberto Moreno has done 3 years at Crystal Palace at some point in his career.
Yeah.
He hasn't, but that's just how it feels.
Yeah, I see that. Well, there's been Nathaniel Klein, but he started at Palace.
Yeah.
Martin Kelly, Mamadou Sakho. Mamadou Sakho joined Palace on loan, played 8 games, and was nominated for our Player of the Season.
That is absolutely mental.
That is how good he was. He was a joke in his first
games.
Mate, honestly, they changed our lives. Mate, I think we've won like 6 of them, and we only just stayed up that year. He like revolutionised our entire team.
Did you sign him in January then? I'm guessing
on loan. Then we spent like 30 million on him the following summer. And then he just was injured for the rest of his life. Benteke as well, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, he bagged 17 goals in his first season.
Yeah, you must like Benteke.
I do like Benteke.
Yeah, you don't. I'm assuming.
I don't even dislike him that much. It just didn't work.
He was kind of the Suarez replacement, wasn't he? Just a year after, basically.
He was signed a couple months before Klopp arrived. Yeah, basically. He was like almost like we've signed a couple strikers, they haven't worked, so let's go and get Benteke, and then that didn't work.
There was a good
unreal bicycle kick though against United.
Yeah, crazy goal.
Martin Tyler just didn't give a fuck about.
Benteke,
cool. Balotelli scored.
Good for him. There's a good book called How to Win the Premier League, which was written by like a former Liverpool analyst or data scientist or something like that, and he talks about Liverpool signing Benteke, and how Rodgers really wanted him, and they were just like, he's not the right fit. 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 And Rodgers was like, no, he is. And a lot of the science behind why Rodgers wanted him is because Benteke always scored against Liverpool. So he was like when you only watch a player 2 or 3 times a year and they always score against you, think the player's a lot better than they are.
Yeah.
And the Liverpool data team like, fine, buy him then, see what happens. And then it obviously didn't work out. Although he was Liverpool's top scorer in 15-16. Fun fact. So Klopp's first season, because there was just no one else.
I was about to say, it's more of a testament to how bad our team was.
In an incredible team of strikers of Divock Origi, Ricky Lambert, Christian Benteke was top scorer.
And Balotelli, no?
I think Barini would have still been there at that point as well.
Barini, possibly.
I think Balotelli might have gone at that.
He might have only lasted 1 season.
I think he only was there for a season.
Go on.
I was going to say Jurgen Klopp. Is that the most like natural fit a manager has ever been at a club? Like when they hired Klopp, I was like, of course they have. That just really checks out.
You could see it coming for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like as soon as we didn't win the league, it almost felt like, yeah, cool. Well, if this ends with Rodgers at any point, we're just gonna go get Klopp. Like, it's just the philosophies were just the exact same, man. The feeling was right.
It's even off the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like even just how he gets it. He just gets what Liverpool is.
Yeah.
It does work. I was trying to think of some other managers who are just nailed on when they get there. I feel like Ancelotti, Real Madrid.
Yeah,
for me,
so
it
right.
just works.
Yeah.
It's just obvious.
Mourinho, Chelsea.
So
just like, but it's because those clubs have built their identity. It's like an identity of a manager, aligning with the identity of a club. But I think Liverpool had that in them, and then Klopp, it just all aligned. You'll never walk alone. They also sing that at Dortmund, so it just checks out. Although it was like a slow burn is maybe the wrong phrase, but Liverpool didn't win anything under Klopp for a few years.
Yeah, and we were still
right?
nearly men again. We were losing a lot of finals. Yeah, we lost we lost the Europa League final to Sevilla. We obviously lost the Champions League final to Real Madrid, and we were just kind of bottle DNA a little bit. We still had some chaos ballers from the original regime. We had like Loris Karius coming in as well, who honestly, and I always get battered for saying this, he was actually a really good goalkeeper until that Champions League final. He was actually like like a sizable upgrade on Simon Mignolet, and then made a couple mistakes, but like he actually had some like serious games. And then obviously that Champions League final ruined him.
Such a hard watch. I saw clips of that on my TikTok the other day, and it's like it's the second one where he just stays down, and then at least in the TikTok I saw, none of the players go over to him, and he's just down for like 20 seconds, head on the ground, and you're like, oh, that is. I don't know how you even.
One of the most harrowing things.
Like, yeah. Actually, a tough watch.
How important is losing the Champions League final to Liverpool's journey under Klopp? Do you think that's a real moment where it's like, okay, we need to now go and take that next step?
Yeah. It inspired us to take the next step, I think, recruitment wise, and also just I think it actually like Reddy does a little bit better. I feel like when I went into the Champions League final against Spurs, I was quite confident. And that's not just because it was Spurs, but also just because I was like, we've been here before, I feel like we've learned our lessons, and it felt like the players just kind of knew as well. Like, whilst we said earlier, it was a terrible final, we scored early, but like we didn't really look like we were in massive danger of capitulating at any point. We just kind of like, obviously Alisson had a decent game, but it was pretty relaxed as far as Champions League finals go, other than just being like generally nervy at 1-0. But yeah, I think it was important.
Important for Klopp's legacy that as well, because obviously so much success at Mainz and Dortmund, but then I swear it was a perfect marriage with Liverpool, because he lost, like you said, he lost the final to Bayern at Wembley, then he lost the Europa League, then he lost the Champions League final. That's 3 European finals in a row. If you lose that one to Spurs, it's kind of like
that's actually
this might not be the guy.
Yeah.
This might not be the guy. He
at all.
can't win a game in a big game. So yeah, massive.
Who was the best signing of the Klopp era?
That's a good question.
Oh, the obvious option is obviously Salah, because it was 35 mil, and obviously incredible. He's still, well, this season hasn't been great, but last season was incredible. Honestly, I'm gonna just be rogue for no reason. I fucking love the Joel Matip signing.
Yeah,
I love the Joel Matip signing for free. For free, we got a good amount out of him. Was that? That was under Klopp, right?
I think it was.
Wasn't the end of Rodgers? Yeah, it was Klopp. I loved that signing for free. Started for us, like in all important games, was a rock alongside Virgil van Dijk. Again, kind of Sacco syndrome a little bit. Like you're always a little bit worried on the ball because he just looks a bit too gangly for his own good. But actually was good on the ball. Loved his charging runs for no reason. Eventually got his goal as well, dribbling through a midfield. Yeah, it had to happen at some point. So.
It's almost one of those where you don't know how good you got it till it's over, right? You've not replaced that. I mean, Kanate has been all right.
Kanate was
this
good until this season, and he's been absolutely horrible this season. Probably pound for pound our worst player.
Been some tough watches there as well, and it's some big mistakes.
It's every game. It's actually every game. There's a goal that's like, that's Kanate's fault.
You know it's bad when Real Madrid want you on a free for like 2 years, and then after a couple of performances, they just turn around and go.
They publicly go.
Have you ever seen that before, by the way? We've never in the history of football ever seen a club have to go, we don't want him. Yeah. Just letting you know, because our reputation's getting damaged now as well. For wanting him. So we have to just publicly say, no, it's crazy work.
When we spoke about how Gerrard's legacy would have been changed if Liverpool won a league under or in his time there, one league season that I think would change so much for Klopp's legacy is 18-19, where you get 97 points, you lose one game all season, and that's to Man City, and ultimately that proves to be the decider. The fact that some people don't think Klopp is like an all-time Prem manager because he only won one Premier League, to me is batshit, to be honest. What do you think about that season in particular? Where is 18-19 the best Liverpool team ever?
Yeah, I think it is. I think because what's the stat as well? Like that starting 11 that you always kind of associate with Klopp. Certainly the peak of Klopp: Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Wijnaldum. Henderson, there we go. Can't believe I forgot. Salah, Mane, Firmino only ever played together once, and it was the Champions League final.
That is mad.
That's a real stat.
Yeah,
that is only ever played together like that 11 once, but you always associate that as the starting 11. Mad. But that team in that season, absolute peak. Fabinho, when he was at his peak, was incredible.
Yeah.
Henderson, obviously, natural leader. Wijnaldum always popping up with important goals. At the front three, just like that chemistry as well between them. I miss it so much.
Mate, it was so good.
It was so good. That was like peak of That was peak of almost watching Liverpool being like, some of the football we are playing is absolutely like astounding. And obviously, I went on a tangent there. But yeah, the whole idea of Klopp only winning one Premier League and just being like this kind of, he was all right then, I guess, because he only won one. Like that Man City super team, fam, Centurions, like we're never going to see that shit again. Like actually incredible.
It's sometimes when you look at a league, context is so important, right? Like it's not Liverpool's fault.
Yeah,
that Man City
we
just
got
happened to exist.
97 points. And, like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
here?
I didn't win the league.
It's insane work. So
I always
feel bad for him.
I think one of the best teams I've ever seen at Palace. I remember Liverpool beat us 4-2 at home. I think it was 16-17. So Klopp's first full season, and you had a front four of Lallana, Coutinho, Mane, and Firmino.
Yeah,
and I've never seen a team counter-attack like that in my life. Yeah. I was just like, oh my God. Yeah. Like that, but that was just Klopp.
Yeah,
that was Klopp ball, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's reminded me. Yeah, that Coutinho, I loved Coutinho.
Have you spoken about Coutinho?
Coutinho was a weird one actually because it was absolutely incredible. He was our best player, I think, when he got sold. So it was like kind of bittersweet. It was painful because I really loved Coutinho. That was another bargain buy. I think we bought him for like 11 mil from Inter. Was sick for us, creatively unreal, scored bangers all over the place as well. But then he left and it was, okay, he wanted to go Barcelona. We're getting like 130 mil for the geezer. Like, he's not worth that.
The Coutinho money, the famous Coutinho money.
The famous Coutinho money.
Still have not spent.
We're still copping players off it now. It's fucking mental how far it stretches.
Some good interest on it over the last 10 years. And now you've gone out and gone big.
Kirk has copped on the Coutinho money. There's still plenty more where that came from. I actually love that. I love that movie. It was like, yeah, we're copping people off the Yago Aspas money.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so good. Yeah, but it was obviously just wasn't worth that. So I think a lot of Liverpool fans were like, that's sad, but let's go.
Yeah.
Like,
see you later.
Well, that provided the Van Dijk and like joking aside, the Coutinho money was Van Dijk and Alisson.
It was Alisson. Yeah, Van Dijk and Alisson, which
money well spent.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
it's proof that like sometimes selling your players is necessary for success, and like if a player wants to leave, you shouldn't stand in their way. I'm a real believer of that. Like when Newcastle were playing hardball all summer over Isak, I was like, just let him go.
Yeah.
He clearly wants to go. You're going to get a fucking load of money for him. No player is worth rejecting that money for, I don't think.
Yeah, but it's all about that cat and mouse of if they get that money in, then everyone knows they've got the money.
Well, yeah, but they still spent like 80 mil on Voldemort.
No, but that's what I mean. They want to kind of like, even though we all know it and everyone knows it, they still do this weird thing, clubs, where they go like, oh, let's just pretend we're not selling Isak. Then we'll go get, let's say, Voldemort in their dream scenario for 45 mil. But because they get the money in, that's their thought process.
Maybe they want to almost agree to a deal for the replacement before
they sell them. So they're off going like,
oh,
there's no way he's leaving. There's no way he's leaving.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe it's just the fact that like I feel like the noise around that this summer was like, Newcastle were like putting out statements about it, and like you had Geordie Josh on TikTok? Did you see his videos throughout the summer?
Oh, yeah, I've seen a couple of his videos.
I actually don't know what he's about. I have no idea what he's about.
No, he's a lovely guy, but fucking hell. He was like, him versus Isak in the summer was just generational rivalry, honestly.
What am I missing here?
It was just I'll send it to you.
I must have seen it.
He's really nice. I've met him before. He's a really, really nice kid, and he takes it all in good jest. But like, he was just crashing out over Isak, basically. And doing that classic Newcastle thing of like, no, we don't need to sell him. He's not going anywhere. And then
factually, they were like, he's staying, like, and then obviously, dipped.
The last season under Slot, how much of that was Jurgen Klopp?
It's tough, right? Because we didn't play the same way as we did under Jurgen Klopp, in my opinion. But I think there was definitely some like muscle memory, kind of reflex actions of like, because I mean the squad fucking didn't change. The squad didn't change at all, basically. But I think I think when saying that and saying like, oh yeah, he only won the league because of the Klopp team, we're probably not taking into account like ways in which he did minutely change certain players, like Gravenberch, for example. Jurgen Klopp did not manage to get anything out of Ryan Gravenberch really at all. He was just a backup centre mid who looked good-ish when he came on, but was more of a bit part player than anything else. Under Arne Slot, changes his role slightly arguably top 3 most important players in our entire squad. He was unreal last season. McAllister even played slightly differently to really what Klopp was able to achieve with him, was good as well. Mo Salah probably his best season last season as well. So there are certain players under Klopp that Slot managed to get a better tune out of, but then it almost feels like as soon as he's gone out and got his own players for his own personal squad ID, that's when it's fallen apart, and that's concerning as well. So
yeah, I personally think it's lazy when people say won the league. Like, I don't think you can win a Premier League with someone else's team.
You can't.
Like,
No, yeah,
he's the manager for 38 games. He's put
you
like,
have your own
merch,
tactics, you have your own style of play. You
Exactly.
have to fit
Yeah.
the players too.
Yeah.
And I think what he was really good at in that first season was identifying what players are really good at, and also crucially what they're not good at. McAllister's not good as a 6. And we were trying to make him a 6 when we first signed him off Brighton. He's not that. Don't do that. Like, Grav playing in that role was significantly better. So, yeah, I think it's lazy, but I understand why people think that, because obviously we've gone and signed some players now, and now we're...
I clocked when you were talking about that we didn't even talk about Liverpool winning the league in COVID.
Yeah,
Because that's still like,
Yeah.
I know people diminish that achievement, and that's not fair because Liverpool were pissing the
We
league.
were fucking
Like,
23
yeah.
points clear or
Won
something.
like every game bar
What are we
one.
talking
It was
about?
insane.
Yeah.
But like, did that hurt? Was that must have been bittersweet winning the league in front of no fans?
The only reason it was bittersweet was because it felt like we couldn't actually properly celebrate it, or
Yeah.
really celebrate it with the players. Like, the players were doing the trophy lift, there's no one there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just some cameramen and, like, you know, the coaches and stuff. It's like they could have just gone and done that at home, like, realistically. I think that was like the only, but obviously for us it's the first league title for most of our lives, like first league title in my life. So I'm still running around my living room. Like,
Yeah, of course.
It's still incredible, but obviously if there'd been like a trophy parade or whatever, then it would have been.
It's definitely like, you can't argue that it's forgettable in the sense that
It is.
you
Yeah.
just football wasn't the same.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
don't- You're not
To
there.
the neutral, it's probably
To the
like
neutral, like even we forgot it an hour in. Really.
Yeah,
We
legit.
brought it up.
Yeah,
So there you go.
exactly. Yeah.
Also, like as a neutral, the title race, there was literally no title race.
Is that
There
the
was
biggest, is that the
nothing.
biggest
Yeah.
gap ever? Has there ever been a?
What was the gap at the end of the season? We'll have to get
I
a
don't
fact check
know.
on that.
Jake will have to
we
check.
Liverpool
we
were
went
on
on the
the
piss
they
up
were
at the
on-
end of the
we were
season,
like
mate.
piss-
We went on
yeah.
holiday.
There's that video of Trent where like they're lining up before a game and Trent like goes the wrong way and one of the players is like,
Yeah,
and Trent's like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
like he's so clearly
He
hungover.
necks his Jaeger bomb and just gets back into the queue again. Yeah,
It's so funny.
Yeah.
If you could, would you swap Klopp and Slot's title so Klopp wins it in front of fans and Slot doesn't? Would you?
Yeah,
That's one thing that
that's
Klopp,
harsh, isn't it? But yeah,
That's
that's
that first
of
one in
course.
so long.
But because I also feel bad for Klopp. Like the season he leaves, City become a little bit average. Arsenal don't really turn up, and Slot wins the league. Like,
Klopp must be live.
oh, fuck, what have I got to do, mate?
Yeah.
Like,
As if this has happened.
18 points. Liverpool finished on 99. Man City were on 81.
So 18 points
18
was
points.
the gap.
Is that the biggest? Is 18 points the biggest Premier League?
Didn't.
I want to say when Man City won Centurions,
Yeah, I
it
think
was
that was-
19.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Right, elite ball knowledge over there.
Yeah.
Come on.
Man United, I think, came second that year.
Yeah, so was it Solskjaer?
Solskjaer, yeah.
No, it was Jose.
Oh, was it?
Ah.
Fairs. How did he achieve that?
No, I know.
Christ.
Jose says that's his best ever achievement
Yeah,
in football, isn't
yeah,
it? Finished
yeah.
second
That's
in United.
such a violation for United fans, isn't
Guys
it?
won a treble.
Yeah, won the Champions League with fucking Porto.
That was 19. Centurion season.
Wow.
Mad.
Confirmed.
Ball knowledge, 19 points. What is your favourite Liverpool team then? Just
As in, like, actual squad, or do I build the team
the
myself?
squad, just the season, the squads. Your favourite doesn't have to be the best. Your favourite.
Oh god, I actually think it might be the original Istanbul Champions League team, just for how fucking ragtag it was as well.
Yeah.
Milan Barros up front.
Jimmy Traore. Why was he at right back, man? What were we doing, John Arne, Harry Kuehl? Like, there's just funny names in there that I have like a weird affinity to. I think, like again, John Arne, Luis Garcia, Fernando Morientes, like these Stephen, and there's just I think it might be that, and obviously it was like prime Steven Gerrard as well. Plus the nostalgia of when that's like when I first got into football, you know.
So iconic.
Yeah.
No, fair. It's a good answer.
Foolish.
I think mine, even though I'm a neutral, is probably the SAS.
Yeah, same.
Just Suarez.
to
and
watch,
Sturridge.
incredible. Like
So
I
much
think
fun.
to watch, it's definitely that.
There is something about the fact that 18-19 team finished second that makes me like them even more. I just love like
Yeah.
a team that I feel is I think that's the most underappreciated team in Prem history.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Probably,
sense.
yeah.
With 97 points.
You
so,
put that
I
in
mean,
any
it's gonna be-
other, apart from the season before, you put that in any other Premier League season, they win the league.
Yeah, yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Any other one
By
in
like
history.
a pretty decent
Yeah, yeah.
distance as
At a
well. It's
canter.
so crazy.
Where does Jurgen Klopp rank overall in like Liverpool managers? You know, there's the golden era of like Bill Shankly and whatever.
Yeah,
We all
whatever. Whatever.
We all remember it well.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Is
We were all there.
Is it
In our
possible to
Red
cross
Bulls.
compare eras? Do you think or not?
Yeah, I would say it is because I think they like. Also, sorry, tangent again. Like the amount of managers we've had in our history is so low. You know, it's like 14 or 15 managers in our
Really?
entire history.
That is mad.
You know, Google that.
You can hear the producer
We had-
typing
we had-
away.
At maximum,
Fact
it's 19 though,
What
because
was
it's
the
not
time
20.
period? We had Marva on, Everton fan. What was the time period that
Oh my
Everton
God,
Everton
yeah.
had like 14 managers within like
22.
What?
22.
Really?
But that's not 20.
Oh,
Liverpool have had
22.
22 managers in their history.
Yeah, that's
That is
kinda low.
that is
From
insane.
the 1800s.
That is
Yeah,
that
from the
is
1800s.
Yeah.
That's mental. Yeah,
yeah.
Everton since like 2014 have had like 15.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Watford have had 22 since last week.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Sorry, what was the original
About
question? man?
Klopp ranking overall.
Oh yeah.
it's
I think it's
hard.
impossible to kind of compare eras, but I would rank him very highly because I think of where we were when Klopp came in. It was like the dungeons, like that again. We've gone over those transfer windows, that recruitment, that squad was so painfully average. We were fighting just to get in the Europa League and to kind of through buying players as well. And I know it's always said like, well, we made players into what they were rather than buying kind of the finished product already. But that felt like such a like wholesome football story. You know, it wasn't just like we went out and bought and did this. We kind of molded players into some of the best in the world.
It's literally the definition of banter era to winning it all.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's what
So I would
Arsenal
have
are
him,
on the
like,
cusp
top
of maybe
three
doing
legit.
now, like with Arsenal's era under
Yeah,
Arteta.
yeah.
That's where they could be at the end of the season.
I think it's kind of almost similar to Arsene Wenger and the start of
Yeah.
Arsene Wenger at Arsenal. Arsenal weren't in as bad a situation, obviously, but like in the way that Arsenal built that squad, they kind of went out and they didn't just go and buy ex-Don who's won the Champions League 3 times. They went and scouted. I mean, Patrick Vieira came from what, like... he was like one of the most high-profile ones because he came from like, was it AC Milan? I want to say.
Yeah, Inter
like
maybe.
Juve,
So
something
it was
like
somewhere in
that.
Italy. It was one of the
Yeah.
big teams in Italy, right?
Henri wasn't exactly like the Henri.
Yeah.
that Arsenal
Yeah,
had,
he was like a
obviously.
raw.
He was a raw talent.
winger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Elka was like straight out of Clairefontaine. Like, there's lots of stories with that. So I think it's just nice that we've built a team like that. So I think for that reason, I'd have to put him like top 3 Liverpool managers of all time.
Yeah, Klopp's
With Paisley
ability
and
to
Shankly.
Klopp's ability to get the most out of players is almost unrivaled.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But like competing with that City team who were going out and spending all that money, breaking allegedly rules and all that, and you know, like there's still players in that Klopp era where you look at it and you're like, then they probably don't belong in that 97 points or winning the teams, but he's making them.
And
work.
it's not like we didn't spend money. We spent money on Van Dijk. We spent money on Alisson and stuff. But then there are the other characters like Oxlade-Chamberlain for that season before he slapped up his knee again. Was battering it in the Champions League. Scored a banger against Manchester City in the Champions League. And it's like, these aren't players that you would expect to be taking it to a team that's spending a crazy, crazy amount on some of the best players in the world. So,
yeah.
That's my boy, basically.
Yeah.
To cut a long story short, that's my fucking guy.
We have got to talk about Liverpool this season.
Yeah,
I'm afraid. A downfall, you could say, that was triggered by Palace. Eddie Nketiah.
We've got to have some serious discussion.
There's so much.
by the way,
There's so
actually.
much lore about Palace and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Who did Jurgen Klopp lose his first Liverpool game to? Crystal Palace. At
Oh yeah, I
Anfield.
remember that well.
Yannick Bolasie, Scott Dan. Then we
Yannick Bolasie.
then we
How do you remember that?
who beat Liverpool at Anfield in Steven Gerrard's last home game?
Yeah.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
That's just what we do. Who beat them in the Community Shield? Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
It's in the Carabao Cup.
Crystal
It's
Palace.
in the league.
Who holds the record for most goals against a particular team in consecutive games? Sadio Mane against Crystal Palace for Liverpool and Southampton. There's just so much lore going on. Every single season.
We've just got connections.
Yeah, something
for some
just
reason.
fucking happens.
It's
But
the Ollie-
Firmino always
it's
used
the
to score
Ollie
against you as
Thomas.
well.
It's the Ollie Thomas connection.
Mate,
It's
I'll never forget when we lost 7-0 at home to Liverpool in COVID. That was like probably bleakest.
Well, you're probably buzzing.
Yes. Why couldn't they have done this in 2013-14?
The goal difference is finally there.
Come on. It's like the casino money, except the goal difference.
We're just checking that goal difference.
Yeah, bring it back. But yeah, no, it's not been a great title defence so far.
Been shambolic. I think you know what's crazy? Like, they fooled me. This transfer window, I was going on my channel being like, yeah, S tier, fucking Isaac, what, Ekatike, what, Kirkes, baller. I think the problem is we've just bought so many players where the actual profile, like, yes, the player on paper looks amazing. It's like going out and buying a team on career mode. Then you realise, oh, fuck, like, none of these players actually play left back, bruv.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, shit.
You put him in the trainer and it's like, what, 12 weeks? I've got 12 weeks.
What? I thought he was left footed.
Right, we'll sim till Jan and see where we're at.
yeah, genuinely.
That is what Slot's done.
Literally.
Like, we bought players rather than profiles. Like, our pressing, like with Isaac, Gakpo, and Salah as a front three is not good enough.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
our wing backs are losing Trent and going and buying Frimpong. They're both, in theory, attacking-minded wing backs, but for very different reasons. Trent's got unbelievable passing range, which helps out Mo Salah down the right-hand side. Frimpong just wanted to be a winger when he was young.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't want to be a right back. They're not the same type of right back, even though in theory you could argue they're both attacking. So I think, yeah, the recruitment just wasn't there, and it's gelling a little bit. I think Florian Wirtz has been better than a lot of people are giving him credit for, but again, he's got to have goal contributions at some point. You can't just glide through a season being good on paper but not ever getting a goal or an assist. Like,
I really like Wirtz. When I watch him for Liverpool, I really like him.
He was great against West Ham.
Like, stuff like you said there, like when Salah misses from 7, 8 yards out at Stamford Bridge after Wirtz has just come off the bench and flicked it behind him.
Yeah.
Stuff like that changes someone's season.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Wirtz suddenly he's off of the mark.
Yeah.
And players have missed big
monkey's off his
chances
back.
for Wirtz. And Champions League, I think Soboslai or Gakpo, he cut the ball, Wirtz cut the ball back to him, miss.
There was 2
I'm a
games
big
back to
Florian
back.
Wirtz fan.
Yeah.
Big fan.
So am I. There was going on from that as well. There was 2 games back to back. I think it was one of them was the Frankfurt game, and then whatever game in the Prem we played before that, I can't remember, where Salah both matches had an opportunity to literally just square the ball to Wirtz and it's a tap in.
Yes,
and he didn't, and he shot and missed both times. But yeah, so I think he's been fine, but still needs to. He's not been good enough, but he's been good. Those can still exist at the same time.
In the Community Shield, I was there, and I think Ekatike scored inside like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
and Wirtz got the assist.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, shit.
Their link up for that goal was
might actually
incredible.
be
And
good.
all
Yeah,
game as
Wirtz
well.
was really good. He looked so confident in that game. He was getting the ball off everyone. But equally, it's kind of the story of Liverpool season. We got at them so easily in that game. Like, we just like every time we went forward, it looked like we were going to score.
Yeah.
And those first 5 games were like, I saw the other day. I mean, it's a massive if. Like, if Liverpool hadn't scored all those last-minute winners, they'd be 19th. Like, I know that they did, but ultimately, when you're relying on, like, 96, 95, 88, and whatever...
Soboslai free kicks from 35
Yeah,
yards.
to win games, like, we probably should have seen that it wasn't sustainable.
I think a lot of people did, though.
We didn't play well in a football match until we played Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. And then we didn't play well again till we played Real Madrid in the Champions League. And that was, about fucking 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Like, we played well 3 times this season, I'd say. Like, the first 5 games where we were scoring last-minute winners all the time, like, we were poor, but we were getting goals late, and they were coming from ridiculous ways, like Newcastle, like Ungamoa and whatever. But I think, in my mind, I was like, it's not sustainable. Because we're going to start playing better soon.
Yeah,
you've got to imagine
we're playing badly, we're still winning.
playing
Imagine
badly.
what happens when it clicks.
Yeah. But then it just didn't.
Yeah.
Like, it just never did. So
Again, the game at Selhurst where Nketiah scored at the end, that first half, like, we should have been like...
you should have been outside.
We should have been like 4 or 5 in that
Completely
half time.
outside.
That's not even an exaggeration. Like, we were so dominant in that first half, it was insane.
Yeah.
And I'm glad the game panned out the way it did, because Nketiah's goal is like one of my all-time favourite Palace moments, but should never have got that far.
Yeah.
It was when Chiesa equalised in that, I was fuming because I was like, I can't believe we're not going to win
Yeah,
this.
you should have been like 4-0. We did have a few other because Wirtz missed this fucking sitter in that.
Yeah, he
in the
did.
second half as well.
Second half, Liverpool were a lot better in that game.
Yeah, but you should have been outside the first half.
Let me ask you a big question.
Yep.
Is it time for Liverpool without Mo Salah? You just beat West Ham without him, so
Yeah. Look, I've run the numbers, mate. We played him. We were shit. We didn't play him. We won. You know what I mean?
run it.
Yeah, it's so bizarre because this drop off has been so like intense. Like I said earlier, I think we've just had the best Mo Salah season, which is so crazy to think of because he's been amazing the whole time. But it's just frustrating to watch him at the moment. It's like Mo Salah is where attacks go to die at the moment. Like, give him the ball, he'll just hit the first man, or he'll give it away, or he'll try and go past someone. And I can't even really put my finger on it. I think if you ask most Liverpool fans, they won't really be able to like tell you why he's been bad. It's just not.
It's strange because I had a famous clip go viral. I think end of 23-24, I said Mo Salah legs are going, and I think it was 23-24. He had a really poor end to the season.
Yeah.
It was like 8 games where he played bad. Anyway. Then has the most ridiculous season we've ever seen, and it's almost seemingly out of like nowhere how he's just revived it, and now he's just dropped off a cliff. It's like insane. I don't know.
He does sometimes have these peaks and troughs. Like obviously, I know the key thing, like a lot of people bring up, is at the end of a season sometimes he'll drop off a little bit. But this is like the most concerning one. I think. I don't think I've seen him be this bad, like this consistently for this long. So The annoying thing is I don't think we have like a ready-made replacement. I want to see Chiesa get some game time. I don't understand what this man's got to do to actually start a match in the Prem under Arne Slot. But I think if this season carries on the way it is, then yeah, I think it probably is time.
I think
I love him. He's a club legend, of course. But
the thing with Salah is like, and a lot of people say this about him, is you almost can't understand why he's good a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like
he's horrible to watch.
Other than scoring and assisting, what makes Mo Salah good? People are like, I don't really know. Obviously, that's the hardest thing to do. But like when you stop scoring and assisting, all of a sudden you look shit.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like a really reductive thing to say, but like someone like, not to compare them because everyone does the whole time, but someone like Hazard, like would always he left his fingerprints on a game even if he didn't score or assist, whereas Salah often doesn't if he doesn't score or assist, but he scores assists so much that he doesn't need to do.
Mo Salah is never going to be like a highlights player. Like he's not a highlights reel. Like you're not going to go back and watch a game where he plays well and go, that was like majestic to watch Mo Salah, because the way he does stuff is just like not. It's not like neat and tidy. It's not like sexy or anything like that, I think. Which is why I think people think, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I know the answer to this, but in their absolute peak, if you could have Mane or Salah, who are you having?
Salah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sadio Mane. Oh, actually, that's actually a harder question than.
I think Sadio Mane's peak is
Sadio
underrated.
Mane's peak was
he
really
was a
fucking
joke.
class.
I loved Mane, mate. He was so
I think it's
good.
closer than people think.
Yeah, it
Salah's
is.
obviously got the longevity in the Prem.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking of. And then I
Without
actually
question.
thought of your question.
But like, if
properly.
you just want like one off, I don't know, Champions League final, or even you want to go peak season.
Oh,
It's
fuck
hard
it.
because
Hungry
Salah-
Road, man. Sadio Mane's peak was so fun.
Yeah,
Like, so fun.
You definitely can argue though that Salah was the missing piece. Like Salah joined Liverpool and then
Yeah.
they won, and then
Of
they
course,
started
of
winning
course.
everything.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
It's a tough one though.
Sadio
It's closer
Mane.
than people think.
It is, yeah.
I think it is. Yeah. I'm going to do it off a purely emotional to watch vibe rather than being an analytical football man. I'm going to go Sadio Mane because I think just like
And
genuinely.
let me rephrase the question though. Champions League final, you can only play one of them. Who are you playing at their absolute peak? You know, you've got best version of Mo Salah, best version of Sadio Mane. You can only pick one.
I'm trying to think who's the most big game. I think it would be Salah in that case.
Okay.
I think it would be Salah in that situation. Like for example, in a 1v1 in the 89th minute to win Liverpool the Champions League, I would want Salah there rather than Sadio Mane, I reckon.
It's fair enough with
So
the goals.
that question, yes.
I like the answer. It's
But
good.
if it's cutting inside from 37 yards out against Arsenal in the 90th minute, then Sadio Mane.
The final question, I think,
Yeah.
before we can go on to your favourite nearly team ever. Who is Liverpool's Premier League GOAT?
the Premier League era. Oh, it's just got to be John Arne Slot. God, I love that man. Oh man, that Fernando Torres little window was so good. Luis Suarez is obviously.
Yeah, give us the nominations. Using
Yeah.
your top five.
Can I do? Yeah, can I
Give
do
me your top
nominations?
five.
Do the
and then-
top 5, but then you have got to pick one.
You got to pick one.
Oh, okay, can I do the top 5 in any random order?
Yeah,
Any order.
Say less. Right, cool. Okay, so the nominees are Fernando Torres, I would say, obviously Steven Gerrard, and that link up anyway was just incredible. Luis Suarez, I think pound for pound is the best player I've seen in Liverpool's shirt. Like just the things he could do, raucous. Mo Salah, and then
Oh, this is big.
I see, I've backed myself into a corner here because I haven't thought about the fifth one whatsoever.
There is an obvious name, surely.
Yeah.
There's an obvious name you've not said. Do you want a clue?
John Arne Slot.
Plays at defence as well,
Oh yeah, fucking hell. John Van Dijk. Yeah, Christ.
just to make sure you didn't forget him.
Yeah, I actually did. That's crazy.
Some honourable mentions though. Jordan Henderson.
Some honourable mentions.
Yeah.
I think Jordan
Gotta be-
Henderson is
gotta be
in
in
there. Jordan Henderson gets a bit of grief, I think, sometimes for just like, oh, he's just a passion player. He was actually good at centre mid.
Yeah,
like,
of
he's
course.
actually technical. Like,
Showing that at Brentford this season, to be fair.
yeah, like he's
Yeah.
got great passing range. I loved him. As Sadio Mane's obviously in there as well.
Trent.
Oh, that's a good question.
You better fucking watch yourself, mate. No, he probably is. I think even Andrew Robertson's in there as well. I mean, fucking anyone out of that, again, that
Yeah.
18-19 team's probably got a nomination, literally.
Well, now you got to
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah.
Again, John Arne, so I just really want to make that one known. Martin Skirtle, fucking.
Yeah,
You got to give us the
Yeah.
You got to give us the one. The goat.
who is the Liverpool GOAT?
Can I do the top 3 nominations?
No.
Man, it's actually why am I over
Let's
deep
think
in
of
this
an
so
answer
much?
ourselves as well. Then you think of one, I'll think of one.
Yeah.
And we'll give it to you after.
Okay.
I think I've got who mine would be. Oh, it's hard. It is hard.
It is
Okay.
hard.
Okay. It is Mo Salah,
Yeah.
realistically. And I know it's the
Yeah.
boring answer. Longevity, contribution, 1-2 Premier Leagues. Like, obviously, love Steven Gerrard, but hasn't, I suppose. You know, he's always going to be a Premier League and Liverpool legend, but Mo Salah will be. And actually also then won the 2 trophies as well and was instrumental. I mean, we do not win the Prem last season without Mo Salah at all. So,
Who's yours?
I think the correct answer is Mo Salah. I think I would love to say Van Dijk because I also don't think Liverpool win any leagues without
True,
him. But
also true.
it's hard to gauge it with a centre back. It's harder to
quantify, isn't it? Because with Salah, you can go, if we don't score those goals, we don't win them. And a high proportion of our goals either came scored by him or assisted by him. So you can go, if he's not there and Chiesa's playing instead, you're wiping 30 goals off probably, or 20 goals, whatever.
But can I give you an answer as to why I think it could be Van Dijk?
Go for it.
Go on then.
Another point we haven't said. I think Van Dijk, it's pretty unanimous that Van Dijk is in everybody's all-time Premier League 11.
Yes.
He just is.
There's a lot of
The
people that will
best
tell
or
you
the
no,
second
by
best.
the way.
If
But-
they
but-
are not
but-
worth listening to.
But he is the
Yeah,
best.
I know, I know.
No, no.
I know,
He is
it's
the
crazy.
best or second best centre-back, and he's in that partnership with whoever
Easy.
you want.
Who
Yeah.
did you
Mo
put in,
Salah-
by the way? Who did you put alongside him?
John Terry.
Yeah, same.
But Salah is arguably... He should be in it, and I think most people would say, but there's more of an argument. People do argue Ronaldo, they argue other players.
course.
in that position.
Yeah,
Whereas I don't think anyone really with a football brain goes, oh yeah, no, Virgil van Dijk
Isn't one of the best
So then it's
centre-backs
like
in the
Premier
Prem.
League go. He is just in that. He's just there. He's in that team.
Yeah.
Whereas Mo Salah, it's debatable. Maybe there's just more talented wingers than there have been.
I was going to say, I guess when you get to wider Prem conversations, because Liverpool have only won 2, other players have more of a legacy to lean on. Because I don't agree that this should be the case, but people will just look at how many Prems did they win, how many goals did they score, how many blah blah
Yeah,
blah. So
yeah.
people would pick Giggs over
Yeah.
Mane, for example. I think Mane's
It's like,
better
can
than
we get
Giggs.
it together before? Go on, like-
It's about right Giggs, by the way. Did you know Leandro Trossard has got more goals and assists in his Premier League career against the Big Six than Ryan Giggs does.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
Bear
that.
in mind, Spurs weren't even in the Big Six back
Man
then.
City was shit.
Yeah.
Spurs were shit.
Yeah.
Ryan Giggs played about 4 billion games. Leandro Trossard.
That is an interesting stat. I did
That
not know.
man's a fraud. Not Trossard, Ryan Giggs.
He's a fraud.
He's a fraud.
His brother will tell you that as well.
Yeah, he's also a shit bloke. So I feel
all
comfortable
round.
with that calling him a
Suck
fraud.
your nan, bro.
Oh, nice way to end.
Yeah.
The final question that we end every podcast with is, who is your favourite nearly team of all time? You can't pick a Liverpool team.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
They've
There's
had a
so
lot
many.
of love already, so...
There's so many of them, like
Yeah.
genuinely. This is also probably a common answer, but it's gonna be Borussia Dortmund. I can't remember the exact season, but it'll be like 2012 around
Yeah.
2013
That
era.
Royce, Gertz, Lewandowski,
Because
Bladikowski
it was just
team.
such a likable squad. Again, it was like a ragtag squad built of like a Don that you've signed from Poland for like 300 grand one time.
Yeah.
Like Piszczek or whatever, and like
Yeah.
Blazikowski, Felipe Santana, and people like
Who
this.
was
Also, they were
Subotic.
sick on FIFA.
Subotic, that's it, with the long hair.
Campbell and Subotic, both long hair.
Yeah. I was going to say that.
Weidenfeller
Bender?
was in goal.
Yeah.
The Bender
Bender.
twins, were they both there? Or
I think
was it
just
Definitely
Sven.
I think it was just
Sven,
Sven.
yeah.
Gundogan obviously was there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, true. Nuri Sahin.
It's
It's a vibes
Liverpool
team.
as well, didn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah, and he
it
was
is.
not great for Liverpool.
Mate,
Bless
Dortmund
him.
were the backbone
Shinji
of my
Kagawa. Oh, yeah,
FIFA
sorry,
14 4-1-2-1-2 Bundesliga
Yeah,
team on
good
Ultimate
football.
Team.
Yeah.
hell.
You got some.
Dortmund a
serious
team you'd
balls
pick
out
if you had your mate over who weren't that good at FIFA, so you'd pick a slightly worse team. So
Yeah.
you can't be
Oh,
Real
they're
Madrid.
shit.
All
They're
right,
only
I'll
4.5
play Dortmund.
stars.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you're
yeah.
pinging the ball around.
Yeah. Honestly, love them, and they're just the victims of Bayern Munich, really. In that league, Borussia Dortmund kind of always have been. But yeah, played lovely football. Obviously, Klopp was there. Likeable squad. Yeah, I've realised I love a romantic team that's just like been like players have been signed from like the Albanian second division and now they're good.
Yeah.
I realised that. I think that's why I love Football Manager. I could just go and sign a Don from like Zimbabwe and be like, oh my god, he's amazing now. So yeah, that's my vibe.
That's a great shout. Yeah, a really top quality team.
Yeah.
And they
And Jurgen
almost
Klopp-
won so many things as well. Champions
Almost.
League final,
Yeah.
missed out on, Bundesliga titles. So
I really vividly remember that final for some reason.
Yeah.
The way
Yeah.
Robin
Same.
scored that goal,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the like sort of scuffed finish and
yeah,
everything.
just like dribbled
Yeah.
in. Oh, bless him, man.
Gutted.
Yeah. Well, mate, thanks so much for coming on.
No
Niran.
stress,
That's
man. Thanks for having me.
unbelievable. If people want to find you, where can they find you?
They can find me at FNG on YouTube, the official FNG on like Twitter, Insta, TikTok as well.
Mate, thanks,
They
Ollie.
actually need to start posting on TikTok again. I'm a bit of a fraud.
Yeah, I don't post on TikTok enough.
I haven't posted on TikTok
this
in
man
like
posts
2
on
months,
TikTok.
bruv. Yeah, you're on TikTok, man.
bloody
This
TikTok,
man's a
bro.
bloody TikTok. If you guys have enjoyed this episode, please do give it a like or a 5-star rating wherever you're listening. It helps us out massively, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you.